Alright, though, it looks like we are getting into it. So, this is probably the last streamed match of the Kickstart League before Finals. We do have 2 others going on, but the schedules just did not line up at all, so those will be happening not live on stream. Okay, though, so we've got Winter Wonderland Scumbags up against McHerpyDerps, and hopefully this all goes smoothly. I believe McHerpyDerps got their technical stuff all figured out. Had some, like, computer strength issues for a bit there. But I'm interested to see how Zot pulls, how well Zot does here. I believe these 2 fought on Saturday, actually, and McHerpyDerps did come out on top. I might be incorrect on that. They might have not ran into each other in bracket here, but McHerpyDerps has been showing up top 3 at SSF recently. Zot finally made it out to his first one just this last Saturday, but ended up, I think, winning or getting 2nd place in Redemption bracket. So we'll see how this pans out. Ooh, yeah, big counter hit 2D, gets the Oki. Looks like he was a little bit not confident that he got it, and unfortunately that'll cost him. Yeah, you can't really give the grapplers any opportunities if you can prevent it. You don't have the risk of getting chunked for 50%. Wow, that mash there was really good. That looked like probably an empty throw. First out, yep, and armors through the stun edge. Can't quite do that in this game. In the previous ones, you could actually, like, tag it with a projectile there. Does have multiple, or at least 1 hit of armor in this game. And it looks like McHerpyDerps is looking for a jump here. Zot not giving it to her. Ooh, empty throw, but McHerpyDerps with the tech. And, yeah. But Zot smartly jumping back. Spends the meter just to stay safe. YRC, and that is such a scary situation against command grab characters in particular. Like, if you've got either a plus normal or a command grab, that is just terrifying. Oh, no. Yep. Zot, I guess, didn't recognize that McHerpyDerps had actually gotten hit there, so went for the flip kick instead of stun dipper. Bruto, what a wild move that is. Kara Potbuster, and that's a ton of health, and just thrown right back into the corner. Oh, wow. A little bit early on that Garuda. It is active for quite a while, but you can be too early for sure, especially if you're ending for the late 80 frames. You know, if you're going for plus 30 instead of plus 19. Wow. That was basically 2 interactions. Grappler life, right? Yeah, counter hit 2H with a little bit of risk into that. I think there was risk, I don't know. Potemkin does damage, that's for sure. And yeah, Zot here, you can block slide head in this game. It's no longer unblockable, but you do have to crouch. It is a low. And gets the wall break. Doesn't choose to spend meter there. Allowing McHerpyDerps to play neutral a little bit more. That said, you know, Kai probably not in the worst spot if he's playing neutral against basically any character, Potemkin or otherwise. And, oh no, if there had been a... Oh god, this is super scary for both. Air throw? Oh no, just goes for the jump slash. Alright. 100 meter, but Zot cleans that up. If you got it, you should use it, right? And very defensive play here from Zot, just going for single moves. Like that 2S, very well spaced. Ooh, just a little bit early on that 5 or 6H, I don't know which. They look very similar. Just a little bit further from the corner than Zot seemed to think. A good block on the jump D, and I don't know if it's Herp, DJ, KK, or both, but I definitely see a lot of jump dust into Potemkin Buster. And yeah, that's so scary, because YRC is technically guard crush state, so it doesn't have the universal 5-frame throw immunity, so you can't fuzzy jump it. It is just a raw 50-50. And HerpyDerps cleaning up game 1. Okay, next up we are going to have Loger versus Chari. This should be Ramthal versus... I guess we'll see who Chari plays. I know they've been messing with Gold Lewis. They've mostly played Ino for the game so far. Are we doing Gold Lewis? Is this happening? It looks like it might be. Yeah, I mean, it's tournament legal, so to speak. Okay. So we are going to see the Gold Lewis. People have some pretty mixed opinions about this character. I'm not sure anyone thinks he's in the top half of strength, but man, if he hits you, it makes Potemkin damage look low. It's wild. This might be a really rough matchup, though. Gold Lewis is a character who has... He has all the mobility tools. He doesn't have good versions of them, though. Like, he has a run, it's just slow. He has an air dash, but it's slow. But he does have all of them. Oh no, that burst, yeah. What he does have, however, is crazy good frame traps and Behemoth Typhoon guard crushing, which we saw that, talked about it a little bit last set. And I hope that whole mechanic gets, like, adjusted. But, yeah, okay, good block there from Loger. Burst out from both players, and... oh my gosh, I'm not sure that was an intentional reset, but one way or another, it worked out very well for him. Bar Slash cleans it up, though. Oh, but yeah, so what I was going to say earlier is, in neutral, this seems rough for Gold Lewis. He has particularly poor normals, as far as poking goes anyways. He's got some, like, nasty frame traps and stuff like that. But if he doesn't have time to get Behemoth Typhoon out, it can be rough for sure. And that is a fairly slow move for as much range as it covers. Yeah, Chari, for the most part, has been making it work, though. This round might be over. Oh, not quite. One last chance. Yeah. Nah, Loger cleaning it up. But, I mean, Chari took that first round. Going into round 3 on this first game here. Ooh, big counter hit. Yeah, this takes the... okay, Loger has got to start watching out for this. Most of Chari's openers, because he hasn't been able to do much in neutral, so what he has been able to do is, like, defensively throw or poke out of things and turn the situation around. Yeah, Loger catching on here, though. Not going for the super knockdown, choosing to take the meter. And yeah, there's the burst. That should do it. It had the meter to spend, used it to just confirm the situation. Yeah, to be clear, if Gold Lewis gets, like, a real hit, he can basically just kill you. He's in the, like, Nago, Soul, Potemkin tier of damage output. It's just a question of if he can get started. Also, watch out. He's got a gun. Oh, there's that defensive throw again, and Chari... yeah, it seems like he's trying to figure out how to press his advantage most... ooh, okay, good to know that the barrel of the gun does not have a hurt box. Alright, corner pressure. Are we going to see... nope. Yeah, Loger just going for like a mid-range far slash. Jumps the throw attempt. Knew it was coming. And Chari running real low on life here. He's got meter, but yeah, won't do him any good. Stuck to the wall. Yeah, Chari, so he's gotten the corner back throw situation a couple times now, and there's like a second minigame that's come out of it where he's too close. So Loger has just been back throwing him back, and it doesn't look like Chari has quite enough time to both walk backwards and throw the drone. Yeah, trying to just backdash there and then go for a manual meaty instead. Oh man, Behemoth Typhoon. It is like plus 12 guard crush. Wow, what a backdash on the burst. Uh-oh. That should be some damage. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was not the 1080 version. For anyone who doesn't know, since Gold Lewis is a very new character, he has 3 versions of that super. There's the normal, like, half circle back forward punch, which is, like, frame 10 or something. There's one that does more damage at, I think it's 360, and then if you really spin that stick around a bunch, you get a 1080. He does a ton of damage. It's also very slow, though. Yeah, as we saw right there, Chari got a counter hit far slash, but Gold Lewis's 5H is an amazing frame trap, but it just doesn't have any range. and unfortunately, that Chari was not able to like take advantage of the mash out that he got there. I'm not really sure what he could have done, except maybe far slash into the like back down forward Typhoon would work. I'm really not sure. I'm not super familiar with this character. Okay, though, moving forward, we are going to see the return of Zot. We saw the Kai earlier. I'm sure he'll be sticking there as well. Dre has been... So, was a Faust player for a long time. Got kind of not super happy with how Faust is in this game, and swapped over to Leo, because, you know, just like a very straightforward and strong character for sure. But has been recently kind of swapping back to Faust. So, we'll see who he ends up playing and how it turns out. Should be a good one either way, for sure, though. But yeah, because once again, you know, brand new character. When you see that super, the big, like, uppercut from Gold Lewis, during the little cinematic, if he just punches up, that's the normal version. If one... Let's see, if it's one drone goes out, then it's the 720. If his glasses, like, shatter, that's the 1080 version. And yeah, I agree with you over in chat. That, like, neutral in the matchup looks horrific for Gold Lewis, which is honestly kind of the thing in general sometimes. Alright. Zot up against another very scary matchup. Faust, not a super common character, and Dre has definitely put a ton of time into him. Very, very scary. Very hard to navigate the screen against Dre. It'll be interesting to see if Zot, like, is able to even apply pressure, really, or if he's just having to focus solely on, like, counter offense rather than getting his own stuff started. Oh boy, that should be, yeah, smart burst by Dre. That Zot, it's good to see. That was a very impressive pickup. One of his issues earlier on in the league was that he'd have, like, good decision-making, but just would not have the combo reward to back it up, and it looks like he's figured that out. Man, Dre barely getting the opportunity to play there. Just kind of got stuck in the corner. Zot did his... Yo, round start, half screen, run up, throw? Alright. Yeah, Stun Dipper coming out on block there. Okay, so Dre, Zot has shown that he's willing to use, I think it's Fondre Arc or something, you know, flip kick. Oh, what a burst bait. Yeah, looks like Zot wasn't quite ready to actually get it. Maybe dashed a little bit early. Good block there from Zot. You see a lot of people go for... Oh! Okay, he tried real hard. I think the shockwave still set off the little minion. And this is... Yeah, Faust is definitely a bit of a snowball character. If he can start getting items out, then things just very quickly stop going your way for the opponent. Zot has to FD everything from this point on. No life left to take for Chip. Oh, he actually got a banana item, but that, yeah, actually still ended up dying to Chip. Okay, 2D actually kind of a favorable trade there. Not something you see very often with 6H. Yeah, we're seeing Dre is swapping to a much more like defensive space control with normals type of neutral, and it is working out much, much better for him. Zot was able to navigate some of the stuff he was going for early on. Yeah, RC. And just goes for the throw, alright. I assume Dre was trying to do Super BRC there. I know that he likes to go for that option a lot, and not confirming the counter hit there. Tried to go for the throw. And this is incredibly close. Oh, I think Zot went for throw there, and it looked like it would have worked. Just a little bit early, no burst available, and Dre with a great anti-air cleans it up. Game 1 goes to Dre.
Success. Mankind knew that they cannot change society. Duel 1.
Alright. that was a super close set. Zot doing very well against Dre, you know, known bracket terror for sure. The counter hit. Oh, blocks the hammer. What great recognition. Unfortunately, wasn't ready for quite that much pushback, but that is some amazing item adaptation from the non-Faust player. Is he gonna get blown up by the... Wow, that didn't combo. That really didn't combo? Oh, I wonder if he got stopped by hitting the bomb and the hit stop made it not connect. Oh no, Zot definitely mashing a bit on Wake Up here. Dre super ready to take advantage of that. This is a single touch game. And yeah, Dre not faultlessing. Wanted to get the punish on Stun Dipper, so you know, you don't want to make it less negative and further away. But in that situation, he didn't really have much of a choice. Well, oh, yeah, Zot running into the bomb there. It is active for quite a while. Oh my gosh. Zot is definitely just kind of running up full screen sometimes, and it's working out really well. Dre smartly hides the minion rush. Pulls the camera up. Are we going to see a burst come out here? Or just saving it for next round, probably. At this point, that's probably the smart choice. Oh, goes for a gold burst, actually. Has a 100-meter, but, like, that's all he's got. Definitely no life here. And, yeah, Dre cleans up the round. And Zot going into this last one without any burst. No real chance. Well, technically might get it back. Dre almost certainly going to have burst sometime this round. Yeah, so that hammer bouncing always catches me off guard. It does have an active hitbox during the bounce animation as well, though. So for anyone who doesn't fight Faust very often, because, wow, imagine fighting this character commonly, now you know. Nice instant overhead coming out from Dre. Zot caught with that Afro state. Also, wow, Zot did get burst back, actually. A long back and forth trading match, so it's not too surprising. And Dre just cutting clean through that Stun Dipper. Took a little bit of damage, but, you know, close to the round. Whatever. That's fine. Zot, unfortunately has not actually gotten a point on the board yet, but man, the gameplay on display has been very, very impressive. Especially, like, it's very clear how far he's come if you watch some of the matches from, like, 2 weeks ago. Okay. Oh, no. Alright, so we're gonna get Bullfrog, who, as you can see, is playing Axel. Up against Chari, who we'll see if they're playing Gold Lewis. Okay, yeah. Aino is actually also historically had a very bad matchup against Axel. Just like the way her mobility works, it's very, very hard to maneuver through Axel's chains.
Mankind knew that they can
probably still better than Gold Lewis, though. Little bit of catch up there. Alright, so this is the first time we have seen Bullfrog in the set so far today. And wow, Chari, yeah, that... Axel does kind of have a dead zone that high up, and with the dives, yeah, high committal options to get in, but she does have them. Man, Bullfrog, I've seen him do that a couple times, definitely. You never expect the Axel to run half screen and throw you, right? Wow, great air throw there from Bullfrog. Definitely had that movement scouted, and that's what's really scary is the Aino in this match. Wow, okay. Big counter hit coming out there. And yeah, Chari recognizing that that was probably another air throw attempt, decides to press a button early. Definitely aimed for the air-to-air, not at the Axel on the ground. And there's another just like run up throw. Chari is actually normally the one I think of as going for a ton of throws, even with his Ino. Definitely a grappler of sorts, the way that Chari plays him. But alright, Bullfrog taking game 1 with, yep, Jaxel. Gene Axel indeed. There's a lot of like Gene colors in this game actually. At least Gene Axel and Gene Soul. Ooh, goes for the command grab. First time we've seen that this set. Big counter hit. Burst coming out, yeah. Not too surprising, especially since Burst also puts Bullfrog back in optimal range. You might as well use it as many times as you can. Alright, does Chari know the punish? Oh, actually, he might have just been in landing recovery or thought he could throw it or something. For anyone who doesn't know, against that, you block the first hit and then jump over the second, punish on the way down. Second hit is safe, but every character, I believe, can do that. And yeah, Bullfrog just is sitting at like the exact length of his chains away from Chari, who's backed into the corner, so can't, you know, move back to make him whiff or anything. Has to just deal with this pressure. And yeah, Chari tried to stroke the big tree under it. Does not work. That move does hit all the way to the ground. That's actually a super wonky situation for Ino, though, because, you know, normally you jump air dash or something, and her air dash goes down, so it might just get clipped. The kitty cat here demanding attention. Alright, though, so Ramlethal versus, assuming Faust again, might be Leo. We'll see what happens. Canadian tuxedo is the way to go. Alright, alright. Well, so things are completely tied up right now, 4-4. And Dre just went into spectate mode. Alright, who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Faust? It is! Seems like Dre has gone all the way back, or I know that they talked a little bit about it, potentially like Leo being a tournament like bracket character, whereas Faust is what they'd be using for the Kickstart League, so we'll see what happens. Definitely fought his Faust in Losers Finals of SSF, though. Alright, big pickup there. Ooh, doesn't quite get the whole thing there from Loger. Looks like it turned into far slash instead of close slash. Faust has this really wonky hurt box in every state, so comboing him can be really hard sometimes. He's like the smallest character in the ground while crouching, biggest in the air, but it kind of like offsets his collision box, which is what determines close slash versus far slash. Ouch. Are we gonna see it? Oh, nope, we're not. The Ramlethal, for once, not doing Wake Up Super, and it definitely would have worked there. Ooh, 6H, counter hitting something. I didn't see what it was. It looked like it caught the first frame or two. Yeah, Loger playing a much more defensive game so far this time. Makes sense. As long as you can prevent Dre from just like, or Faust in general, from just like snowballing with items while still putting up pressure, you're in a pretty good spot. Unfortunately, this can definitely happen. Good stand block, but yeah, man, that 6H looks like a move you can punish for sure. It is definitely not. Block the burst. Alright, and this should be huge damage this close to the corner. Not quite enough to kill, he says. The frame before it kills. 6H anti-air always looks hilarious. Wow, what 5P of all things. I assume that was supposed to be a 6P, just input the other direction, but... And Loger now without one of his swords normally is, like, not great, but especially against Faust, who has similar range that he can press buttons from, that's probably real rough in this matchup. Yeah, Loger, it looks like he's not super familiar with the Foss matchup in a couple places, which, again, like I said before, not the biggest surprise. This character is not particularly common. Dre pulling out the Super PRC tech. It only costs 50. Yeah, Bursting Ram do be like that, for sure. Oh, and Dre trying to pick an option against the blue RC, but yeah, the timer on the sword's still ticking down, so it just kind of blew up and meatied him, basically.
Mankind. Duel 1. Let's rock.
So Loger managing to clean that out. Dre sticking with the Faust, though, so no more character swaps possible from him this set. Back throw into the corner. And yeah, Faust has some actually pretty good situations off of close pressure, especially there. And into the little minion swarm. Things are just coming up Dre all across the board here. Did not go, well, you know, I was about to say didn't go for the Super Ender. For anyone who didn't know, Faust cannot break the wall with Super. It is legitimately impossible. His wheelchair super just moves you back to mid-screen at the end, and you can't break the wall with item toss super. Oh no! That burst definitely not working out for him. And Loger choosing to keep the corner. This time's the safe jump though. Dre, good back throw. And now it's his turn. I think that was trying to bait the super really hard from Dre there. Just a little bit off on the timing. Got the whole situation turned around on him, and Loger did get the super wall break, which, yeah, basically just a block string. Dre's back in the corner. Ram has positive bonus. Oh no. So much of this game has come down to reversal back throws. Or, by game, I mean this, like, crew battle so far, actually. The deep 2K there, faking like he's going to go for a throw, and yeah, you just cannot burst Ram's corner stuff very well. It's super tight. Is that reversal PRC again? It is just invincible until the RC comes out, so you get to just kind of check the screen. Faust has the slowest one in the game, so he kind of gets the longest screen check out of it. Like, what are they going to do? You're invincible, and then you're in neutral. So.
I didn't win anything.
Alright, though, to Loger. Cleaning that one up 2-0. Dre put up a heck of a fight for sure, though. A lot of that, I'm curious if those bursts had landed and gotten him out of the situation. I think that match would have looked a lot different, but bursting Ram is just super hard. Oh, okay, we're going to be changing the order slightly then. We got Zot versus Chari, as Bullfrog had to step out for just a second. Okay, so, let's see. Zot versus Chari, this should be Kai versus Gold Lewis? Maybe? Eno? Maybe? Also, one sec, I'm gonna go make sure that the cat doesn't want out. Be right back. Alright, well, cat did want out, but there's another scary cat right outside the door, so guess not. Okay, so looks like this is going to be Chari's Gold Lewis up against Zot's Kai. As soon as Zot readies up, we are, in fact, good to go as soon as that happens. Cat cam in the background. Alright. Here we go. So, I feel like Zot might have been running the unfamiliar matchups gauntlet today. It was, what, Ah, and he's fought Potemkin a bunch, actually, for sure. But Faust into Gold Lewis? What a night, right?
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves,
A little bit of slowdown there. Not bad. Tapped out of the game.
heaven or hell.
I have not seen all of Gold Lewis's intros yet, so...
What's that? You want to know what's in this coffin?
Gold.
Yeah, okay. Pretty... And Shari picked the music for sure. We do actually have the potential for Dragon Install on the screen. If he can make it through this Behemoth Typhoon. So let's see, Gold Lewis. His specials level up over time as they're not used. They just kind of like have a passive regen. You can see that down above his meter. Is Chari gonna burst? Nope. Looks like Zot was trying to bait it, but Gold Lewis is a heavyweight, so... Uh-oh. Big damage for sure. And, oh, Zot actually going for the gold burst there just to try and save his life. Chart. That was frames away from S stun edge, just stuffing it. I'm sure Zot expected it to. But, nope. And yeah, Chari is over here just spinning the stick and hitting H. That is, that seems to be how Gold Lewis has to kind of control mid-range space. To be honest, he just like does not have great pokes for anywhere past point blank. All right, yep, wall breaks with food. You know, I'm super curious. If you wall break with like Direct Plot or Stun Edge or something, does it apply Shock State after break? Yeah, burst coming out there. Not really much of a choice from Chari. And the one-hit confirm coming out from Zot. Hopefully confirm, hopefully not a block string. But, I mean, then again, he did have an extra 50 meter. So definitely getting a little bit of slowdown. Hopefully it's just on my end. Behemoth Typhoon is super active. Zot's trying to backdash it, and it's just, like, he's gotten out a couple times, but most of the time it's just been catching his recovery afterwards. Are we going to see? Yep, there's the super. Wall break, and yeah, okay. Zot doesn't know a safe jump off that setup, it looks like, so just going for the big charged heavy stun edge. And cleans it up, gets a point on the board.
That was a fine bout.
Okay. Again, hopefully these little like freeze frames are exclusively on my end. Oh, that was probably supposed to be stun edge. If you're holding forward and then input stun edge, you get DP. If you don't do the half circle. Important tech for everyone out there. Wow, super deep jump in, counter hit from Chari. Tried to go for 6H, unfortunately still a little bit too slow even on the counter hit. And yeah, Chari, great recognition there that the arc was just going to whiff, so he could just kind of, you know, do a fuzzy throw basically, confirm the situation. Shock state, and yeah, Zot trying to bait the reversal there with a backdash, it looked like. Yeah, Chari. Oh, had 100 meter, didn't actually have to use the rest of it though to keep it safe because it air hit. Was that taunt? That looked like a taunt. I wonder if that was a misinput. Or if that was just like the laser super startup or something. Oh my gosh, counter hit 2H. Yeah, it's mid-screen so it doesn't lead to all that much, especially on a heavyweight character. still good position for sure. And now Chari down to about a third of his life bar left. Oh, like a 8 now, 10 less? Chance is definitely kind of running out for him. Oh, runs up, goes for the big reversal super. Okay, so if Chari had held back and, you know, held D, he would have lived that, actually. Let me fix the scoreboard there. Because that clashed. You can clash cancel anything into block. Well, into an action. Block is not an action. FD is an action. I'm a little bit surprised we never saw the laser super come out from Chari, though. Alright, let's see if Ballfrog's back. Okay. Oh. Okay, so it sounds like the players were actually getting that slowdown. That's unfortunate for sure. Alright, we might actually need to kick people out of the lobby if that happens here. That said, this is Axel Lowe versus Faust. Ballfrog versus McKirpy-Derps.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, okay, so this is the first time I have seen Herp's Faust, like, really pulled out. They pulled it out once against me in Grands, but it was still, like, very new. So, I believe that this is the matchup that they have a Faust for, because they just don't like Potemkin versus Axel. So it'll be interesting to see what they can pull out. Ooh, PRC to stay safe, yeah. Axel is in the 6-frame button club, so his fastest normal is frame 6. That said, I don't know how minus mix is. Might just be true punishable anyways. Oh, what an anti-air there from Ballfrog. Yeah, Herp kind of stalled themselves up in the air. Ballfrog definitely had it scouted. And yeah, you're right, Loger. Herp... Ooh, great 6P coming out from Ballfrog. Herp definitely a Faust main in plus R, so I wonder how much that will help versus, like, have to unlearn muscle memory, to be honest. A big 2H counter hit, but Ballfrog actually kind of just gives Herpy-Derps the trumpet there with the way that combo works. Yeah, I would assume that this is actually a very bad matchup for Faust, just because Axel can poke through a lot of your moves, and Faust doesn't really have the mobility to navigate through things. If you throw items from full screen, he's just going to Rensen you. So, interesting that this is the counter pick from Herp, but I don't know, maybe the matchup isn't quite, it like doesn't play out the way it would in my head. Definitely not an expert on either of these characters. Wow, what a response to the meteors. Ballfrog, we've seen him go for the dash up throw a couple times now from decent ranges. I know he's talked before about how, you know, no one expects the zoner to do it, so he gets away with it a decent amount. Ooh, Scarecrow PRC coming out from the McKirpy-Derps, and this is an incredibly strong situation for Faust. Yep. Well, okay, so with where he was there, the Faust, they couldn't jump over the second hit of the super, but it was great recognition to do, like, Rising Jump D as a mix-up afterwards, because actually it's still negative. Alright, Herp with the throw, and oh, charged 5D. Ballfrog correctly reacting right there at the end. I think Ballfrog might have been going for the big run-up. Yeah, drops the big, like, clean hit thing. And Ballfrog is just, like, very slowly taking space over time. has the... Wow, Gold Burst coming out from Volfrog. I assume that was intended to be blue, and just, like, you know, happy coincidence. I don't know, though. Might be... Ooh, overhead. Right, you can just punish that because he rolls. And Herp... Oh, yeah. Getting clipped by that falling jump S. Yo, Axel's jump S is super good, honestly. It's, like, real good. Okay, semi-final match of the evening. We're gonna get Loger versus McHerpyderps. So this is gonna be Ramlethal versus either Faust or Potemkin. Yo, I have actually heard people say that Axel is still, like, bottom 3 in this game, like Exerd, and man, I don't know what they're on, but, that's some wild stuff to say. Oh. Whoa, big slowdown there. On the loading screen? What was that? Alright, anyways, we got Loger versus McHerpyderps, Ramlethal versus Potemkin. Pod actually might be able to sort of contest her normals in neutral. Not as far as, like, disjoint and stuff, but, man, you press 5H and you are still fighting at that same range. Definitely not with advantage, but also Ram has kind of a rough time dealing with Hammerfall armor to get in, honestly. Far Slash is just one hit, and Far Slash into 5H is, you know, it's just too slow. Wow, what a Mega Fist. This is also going to be a matchup of just, like, absolutely destructive punishes both ways. And setups. Garuda, of course, being just a wild move. Man, Guard Crush is definitely a mechanic. Oh! I think Loger expected the sword to clip the startup of Mega Fist. For anyone who doesn't know, it is, like, below waist invuln on, I think, frame 2? It's wild. A big Hammerfall to get in. Even on the counter hit, though, the situation after for Potemkin isn't super great. Oh, that's a big one for sure, though. Choosing to keep the meter, just take a 2 and 4H. I mean, yeah, at that point, you're already back at the range, kind of where you want to be. Baits out the Heavenly and crosses up. Burst coming out, yeah. And Loger is down a sword, but it does its job. It just locks Herpyderp in the corner there. Big Heat Knuckle. Is this going to throw too far away for them to get over there, though? One hit of armor, but oh my gosh, the explosion. I was not expecting that explosion to flip there. Great staggers coming out from Loger here. And yeah, Loger's been doing this thing where they run in real deep and then press 2K. A lot of people can not like really react, but you know, you haven't seen the little lock stun flash yet, and they're running way, way in. So you're like, oh no, I need to tap throw or tap jump. And so Loger's been wake up reversal. That'll do it. Loger's been like running in super deep and then getting a counter hit 2K instead. Also, Ramlethal, one of the few characters who can actually interact with Garuda in any meaningful fashion off of a knockdown. Because it is a guard crush that is also active for 10 frames, you can't backdash it because it just gets caught. Faultless, instant faultless, etc. just don't change anything about it. It doesn't change the spacing or anything like that. It's like plus 19 and you can't YRC, so you just kind of have to hold it. Spaced correctly, it also beats most DPs. Ram, however, it does cost meter, but it hits so far forward that it will beat, I think, all Garuda setups, to be honest. Nice 2P out, yeah. Knew that they had one more, just enough to clean up. I'm interested to see, in the past, Loger has adjusted playstyle to be more defensive when it seems necessary. in some of the earlier matchups from the night. So far, they're able to keep up their pressure pretty decently. Yeah, Hammerfall there. Oh, and the wall break. Yo, Mega Fist is wild. It really is. And Loger just doing Wake Up Reversal. You know, it's definitely a bit of a meme that Rams will always 236, 236S if they got meter on Wake Up. So far, I think Loger is just seeing the Garuda setup. Outside of the one that was just, you know, in neutral. And is able to react to it. Showing that Herp can't quite enforce things like that. We're gonna see, yeah, Mega Fist coming out again. You have to, I think basically every character who has setups that aren't just like rounded, meaty, big heavenly, you have to go into the lab and practice hitting Mega Fist with your setups, your staggers, what, oh my god, that killed. Potemkin does damage. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it is, it's airborne on frame either 2 or 3, so if you're not really, really tight with your setups and your staggers, Potemkin does just kind of get out. Oh, the burst whiffs, yeah. The lean back at the start of that, saving Loger there. Had to use the RRC there. Potemkin is a heavyweight. You can still get that combo on him, the 2K 2D Daro stuff, but it feels frame perfect. It's real tight for sure. Herp giving Ramlethal the people's elbow up in the sky. And Herp is actually using significantly less Mega Fist than I'm used to seeing, as I say it, in this set. It is a very good move. It is punishable if your opponent knows how to beat it. And honestly, just backdashing it and taking the hit might be the best scenario against Garuda. But Loger now very low on life, low on chances to bring this back on the final round. Alright, so for anyone who does not know, Calvado... Okay. I didn't realize that doesn't go away when Potemkin gets hit. I did, however, know that Calvados, Laser Super, does not beat it. It just, like, eats all the hits on the way in, and Potemkin keeps walking. Yeah, that... I can't believe that that didn't disappear when Pot got hit. Alright, though, final match of the night. We've got Balfrog playing the usual Axel Low up against Dr. Dre, which I assume is going to be Faust. See if Dre can bring things back and make things at least a bit closer here. Winter Wonderland Scumbags definitely in a real good spot. They have, at this point, definitively won the match. Like, there are not enough points for Dre to get here. However, win and loss is not actually what, you know, it like, affects the outcome of the match, points-wise, but this is a ladder, sort of. So, the number of points you get in a match is what actually, you know, determines your seed going into finals, which will be starting next week. Hopefully, we have a couple matches that have been delayed, but very soon. So every point here taken by either team does still definitely matter. One of those where just because the crew battle itself is over does not mean that this is just a, you know, sparring practice or anything like that. Yep, we are going to see the Faust. So Axel versus Faust for the final game here.
Mankind knew that. Duel 1. Let's rock.
And so we saw this matchup earlier, as Balfrog versus Herp. A lot of that seemed to come down to... Wow, yeah, Bullfrog has some really good responses to some of these things like that. Like, the 6P there is not something I see basically anyone else going for. Dre blowing himself up. Bullfrog actually got the OTG confirmed there. Yeah, just moving around the screen seems like it's very difficult for Faust in this matchup. Like, obviously, that is the point of Axel, for sure. But Faust, definitely not a mobility character. Very large when, like, doing things in the air, both horizontally and vertically a lot of the time. Good block there from Dre, and going for the overhead one again. I'm not sure why he's going for that. It seems like Bullfrog has it scouted. I mean, he's only done it twice, though. Second one, probably just a check to make sure it wasn't luck the first time. Mix, got PRC, almost certainly wanted red there. Game 1, Bullfrog. Is Dre going to stick with Faust? It looks like maybe not. Looks like back to the wall. He might be moving over to Leo? Is the character I would expect as a swap, if we are getting one. Are we going to see Dre break out the Axel as well, play the mirror? No, okay, there we go. Yep, Leo, so Bullfrog up 1-0 now. Dre can't afford to drop any games, and this can be kind of a rough spot, because Dre hasn't warmed up the Leo, right? He does not have very long to go 0 to 60 with this character. Luckily, you know, very straightforward character, so it's not like a massive... It's not like swapping to Zato or something, you know? But it's still definitely a factor. The extra mobility afforded here by Leo over Faust also is probably... I mean, like, it's already let him get in more. Nice call out on the projectile there from Bullfrog. Dre back at full screen. Just can't seem to find a way in. The burst gets punished. Not quite a kill, but yeah, I don't think that burst is what Dre wanted. Probably thought he was about to get pulled in, so tried to, you know, time it so it would go off after the pull. Yeah, a little bit of scramble stuff here from Dre, a little bit of spaghetti. So hopefully... Oh no, running out of chances real quick. We've seen him do crazy stuff with this Leo before, as long as he can just get started. And Bullfrog is doing such an amazing job of making sure that that does not happen. He does not want to get Leo'd on here today. Burst out. Alright, there's the knockdown. Big counter hit, back turn punch. Does this punish? It does, and that should be it. Yeah, no burst available for Dre, because that was a super. And Bullfrog cleaning it up, the Winter Wonderland Scumbags. Congratulations to them. And good stuff from Team Wildcard as well. Definitely, like, you know, Winter Wonderland Scumbags clearly won the match, but also... We saw a lot of new characters coming out from Team Wildcard. We saw the Gold Lewis. We saw the Faust from the Derps. That was a super fun match to watch for sure. We also saw Dre return to the Faust. Cool stuff, cool stuff. But alright, thank you everyone for coming through today and checking out this this final streamed match before we hit finals. That should be next week. Stick around for that. Should be a good time. We will see you next time.